Why are they so reliable? All technical analysis is really reading the footprints of human nature. So let me explain to you. If a stock, boom, rallies hard from here, the people who bought here in this area, they are happy. They got rewarded for their buy in that area. When this stock comes back to the area where this group got rewarded, what do you think they're likely to try again? Buy. They got rewarded from there before, so the same three, buy again. Let's see if there's a repeat. This repeat phenomena is what helps create the support. But there are people over here that they were looking and they missed this and they saw what happened. And now they come and join to make this even more support. And this starts to become a higher and higher self-fulfilling prophecy. All the people, you start to decrease. Then it's 5 over here. Then the next one is 6. There's a new group of 6 that joins and a new group of 7 that joins. So each time it becomes an even more and more self-fulfilling prophecy. Those who got rewarded come back to do the same thing. Those who missed it join, and now the group is bigger. When you are in sideways, you're dealing with, remember, it's an area, major resistance area, major support area, boom. Now you break. Now it's interesting that this tail here that dropped and then came up there becomes that very interesting point. So we work our way back up here and boom. Now here is the major support area and boom. And if you look carefully, this area, which was major support, becomes boom, minor resistance. You have this kind of sideways and boom, you get high enough. So a lot of times, like if you're doing this, boom, major support, a lot of times this will go to resistance. Knowing that in advance is a key to making tremendous amounts of money. When you break through support, the likelihood is that this goes to resistance. Not all the time, but a lot of the time. Wherever something has fallen from hard, that point right there is major resistance. Wherever something has rallied really hard, that point becomes major support. So if you have dropped hard from a point, this is powerful resistance. If you have rallied hard from a point, this is powerful support. We dropped hard from that point right there. Remember, I told you that when you find these points, there's a decent likelihood if you start to get a move back up, it's going to that point. So next stop is potentially around the 25,000 mark. Why? Because we dropped. What was the last sharp drop? Do you see? Right here, right? Boom. Now remember, it's an area. Now go to the right. It had no stall all the way until that point, and it stalled for over a week. That was the point, but it got through. So now you say, what's the next point? The next major point. This was a point too, I'd have to say. And we're kind of in that area now. But I want you to be able to grab these points and know where your next levels are. This can be very, very powerful. That's what creates the support and resistance. When you have a scenario where, boom, this dropped hard, there are people who were holding the item here and they got slammed. What do you think they're likely to do up here? they're likely to sell. They got their money back. They got blessed. They got lucky. They got their money back. So all the people that got slammed, those who held on, are likely to sell at or near the origin. They got all of their money back. So they're likely to sell. You and I watching over here, we're likely to join if there's a sell signal there. So the group that sells gets bigger here, making this point stronger. So minor support is more kind of low to high, low to high. Major support has no difference. It's low to low. Major resistance, high to high. You can kind of get one transitioning into the other. So you can get major support transitions into minor support. You've got this happening. So major support and resistance, major support, major resistance. Boom, you break through decently enough, not just there. You need it decently enough. You need space. And now what was major resistance gets converted to minor support. Let's do the other way. You can have major support and resistance happening. Major support, major resistance. We break down big enough, converting this major support area to resistance, minor resistance. Support becomes resistance. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is how markets transition. They transition with this move or conversion or transformation from major to minor. You can have this, all of this is minor happening, right? See that? Now you've got major happening. Now you've got minor happening again. And you've just transitioned from a stage 4 downtrend to a stage 1 sideways trend to a stage 2 uptrend, just like that. Minor resistance transforms into major support transforms into minor support. This concept can help you read how markets transition. Let's do major support. What's major is largely when you're more sideways in nature in the stock. So major support would be, boom, this rally here, you need a powerful move up after a drop. Listen to me, not a weak move up. Here's a weak move up. All right? I'm talking about you need a powerful move up. No. Boom. This point becomes major support so that we're to come back and retest that point, it is likely to hold. Major support. When a stock is in an uptrend and has pullbacks, when there is a new high made after the pullback, this point here becomes what's called minor support. Once a stock releases, it leaves behind a point that becomes a ceiling. Once you break through the ceiling, if you get high enough, the ceiling now becomes the floor. Now, these levels of minor support and resistance, they hold regularly enough for you to know this concept. Once again, rally, pull back, that pullback point becomes mild resistance. If you break through mildly, it doesn't count. You have to get high enough for that point to be support. Now, if we look at it on the reverse side, we've got a drop, a rally, that point becomes minor support. If you break through like this, there's not enough space for it to become support. You need enough space for this to become minor resistance now. These points are really more like areas. They are not points. Remember, it's not all so perfect. It's really around that area. And that's the same for everything. Areas of support, areas of resistance, the area of the 20 period moving average, the area of the 200 period moving average. All of these concepts that I teach you one by one, they are to be used together. Like you learn them individually, but over time you start to see how they fit together. You guys have been taught, I want you to cut everything in half. So boom, this move here, I want you to cut it in half. This pullback is likely to gain support somewhere in the halfway point. Boom. Now, this move, I want you to cut this move in half as well. And look at where the 50% mark is also the minor support mark. Oh my God. I don't just have minor support. I've got 50% retracement support. I've got 2 layers of support making this area extra thick. You see? Are you picking up what I'm laying down? Boom. Now, what if that area is also, the 20 period moving average? Oh my God. I not only have minor support, I've got 50% retracement support, and I've got 20 rising 20 period moving average support. Oh my God. And what if at this triple layer of support, I look down and I'm at a key reversal time? Oh my God. Each one of these concepts that you're taught individually, you're going to see over time how they fit together like a neat little freaking puzzle.